right. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Chris Aquez, and this is your best life defined. Hey, let's get right on this thing. I'm feeling kind of energized today. I've kind of found a new tool in my arsenal for making these podcasts productive and getting your attention. So let me ask you a question. What is the truth? What is your truth about your life? And not only that, but where do you verify it? So you might wonder why I'm talking about this, but it's because the truth that we live, or the truths that we believe, are what create the life that we live. And when you wake up in the morning and you take in information, you believe those ideas, and you engage your life based on those ideas, you're putting all your eggs in that basket. That truth that you follow, that truth that guides your decisions, are actually true. It's that it's actually based in fact. And what's funny is we live in an age right now where, you have access to to all the information you want. There's videos and topics and blog posts and podcasts and you name it on any given bit of information you want. If you want to know about how great the president is, you can find 1,000 million billion gazillion bits of information about it. And if you want to find out about how terrible he is, that information's out there too. So when you think about living your best life, what is the truth in that? See, I had to come to another realization today that I have this idea about my podcasts, and my go-to when I'm feeling frustrated or I'm just not feeling like I'm up to snuff is that there's a tool to fix it. So today, my wife and I, we were discussing there's a software application I can use to enhance my videos and add menus and what have you to it. And my truth had become that if I only had that tool, that my life would be fine. That would be it. I'd be getting 1 million gazillion YouTube followers, or that everything would go a lot better for me, just be easier. And the truth is, it would be easier, but the issue is, do I really need that, or did I just come up with that idea because it made sense to me at the time, because I wanted it to be my truth? And actually, if you listen to the tone of my voice and the tempo, what I've come up with is the truth for that issue, and for so many others is that I was actually lying to myself about that. The truth is, if I want to be successful at this, I have to continue pushing, because it's not about the bells and whistles, and it's not about the menu, and it's not about the sound effects. It's about the message. And that is the truth. So I had to come to that that reality, but in doing so, I've kind of come up with the idea that, you know what? Not a lot of us are actually following our own truth. And what does that do for us? Well, the first thing it does, it takes us off path. See, we've got it in our minds that social media, that Facebook and all those other applications that we spend so much time looking at actually make our lives better. And it's built around the concept of having access to those we love. But what it's actually done for us is it's actually taken our access away. Because instead of me picking up the phone and talking to someone I love, I can just message them and get on with my life. And granted, we get to see what they're doing, but we don't get to hear the sound of their voice or look at their face in person as we talk to them. And I guess COVID-19 is probably not that bad from that standpoint. Look at all the things we're doing on social media now. We got Zoom, and we got this, and we got that, and we can have a meeting. But the truth is, there's nothing like standing in front of someone and drinking a cup of coffee or having a beer and listening to the tone and the tempo of their voice, and appreciate the small defects or the changes as age takes a hold of them. What's really cool about me doing this podcast on video too is I get to share these stories with kids I will have never met, with my great-grandchildren that I have never met. I will never meet them. But because I've taken the time to do this, no matter what the rest of the world wants from me, no matter what the rest of the world thinks about what I'm doing, the truth is, I exist. So let me tell you something. So let's talk about your truth. I mean, we make a lot of choices based on truth. We make a lot of choices about our life that actually trap us in a lot of ways. And when you think about all the debt you have and all the things you own and all the obligations that you're committed to, the truth is the reason you did that was because in your mind, your truth is that those things added value or made your life better, or they accomplished some emotional or some physical goal that you required. And the same thing is true for the information that you take in and your ideas about the people and the things around you. You know, if you want to make the stories that people you've never met have told without verifying them, then that becomes your truth and that becomes your guide. Now, for me, my truth is that there is no one more important than myself. And the reason I say that isn't because I'm selfish. It's because unless we become our best selves, we will never live our best lives. That is the truth. And anytime we allow ourselves to be distracted away from that goal to somebody else's agenda, for those moments that are occupying our mind, where our drive supports someone or something other than what we believe or what makes our life better, well, for those moments, that person owns you. For those moments, that person owns your thoughts and your words. That's the truth. And in the meantime, where's your life at? It's right where you stopped it. It's right where you left it off. It's like you're driving down the road and all of a sudden your new truth comes to you, the truth that's given to you by someone you've never met and you don't know. And it's like you just stop the car, climb out of the seat, and go walking off towards your truth. And in the end, what do you have? You return to your life or to your car, and it hasn't changed one bit. But at least you have your truth. Yeah. The truth is we are what we take in, whether it's information or it's the food we eat. And the truth is, if that information or that food does not make us better, does not make us stronger and healthier than we were before, that is our truth. I don't know. You kind of hear a little bit of an attitude in my voice, kind of feeling like, because that's how I feel right now. See, my truth is that regardless of how I feel about what I'm doing, because between about once a week, I fall into this grind, this pit where I think to myself, you know what, this really sucks. Why do I do this? But the truth is I do this because I've proven that it can be done. I've proven there is a way around this mess that most of us are living in. And if you want to speak the truth, that's what it is. It's a mess. See, we want to blame COVID-19. We want to blame this pandemic for being the thing that caused all this headache and this sorrow. And it did. But our lives were a mess long before COVID-19 came up. I mean, the idea that we would live in the richest country in the world and most people can't afford health insurance, or the people who worked all their lives to retire can't retire because they can't afford health insurance, that's the truth. Ask anyone who's still working at 68, 70, 75. I mean, if you want to talk about truth, talk about the truth that before COVID-19 ever came, most of us were living from paycheck to paycheck. The truth is, the reason that we are in the position we're in now is because we didn't save a penny. We spent it all because the truth we was given and the truth we follow is that, you know what, happiness and success comes from the things you own. But it doesn't come from the things you own. The truth is, happiness and success comes from how you feel about the things you own. I'm successful not because I've done anything amazing. I'm successful because the things I own support the life I live. And it gives me access to the things I enjoy. That's the truth. And the truth is that if you don't change your thinking, which is fine, and you fall back into this pit, this cycle of work and buy, or this cycle of debt that's associated with these images that have been painted for us, these wonderful murals of life that include fancy cars and big houses and sexy women. As long as we keep following those, you can be assured we will never have a penny in our pocket. That money will go as fast as we can earn it. And the truth is what you make it. For me, my truth was that I hated lawn work. And my wife would say, well, you know, that's not really true because people don't hate lawn work. Well, no, they don't, because that's their truth. But as soon as you believe a different thing, as soon as you believe that lawns suck and it isn't okay to be in debt, and it's not okay to spend every penny you have on a bunch of crap that you throw in a box in the garage, as soon as you start to believe that, that becomes your new truth. And then you live that truth. I haven't done a lot of work on my fifth wheel, and I had some work to do this week. The truth is I spent like 4 hours yesterday working on my fifth wheel. Had some stuff going on, and the truth is I didn't enjoy any bit of it. But it came with a package. It comes with all the benefits of living this life. That is the truth. I don't know. If you want to live an amazing life, if you want to wake up every day excited about some portion of your life, you have to find a new truth that guides you there. You have to wake up with an idea in your head that has become your truth. And sometimes for that to happen, we have to stop allowing other people to push their truths upon us. You can't be listening to the words of someone you don't know and believe in those words to the point that it stops you in your tracks on your own life. Say what you will about anyone who runs for office or any politician or anyone that's in power and the words they say. Can you honestly believe that the truth is coming from, that they're speaking the truth, that their emphasis is about you? Did your phone ring this last week and some national representative or someone from their office call and say, "Hey, Chris, how you doing?" No, this is not going to happen. So why not take that time, take all that effort that you put into thinking other people's thoughts and to sharing their ideas with the world? Why don't you start sharing your own ideas? Why don't you start consuming your own life with your own thoughts and your own goals? And create some truths that are worth going after. Because my truth is, if I never do another podcast or I never do another video, my life is going to continue to grow. Because amid this cycle of struggle that you continue to see with me, because it's true, the truth is, I struggled with this week in and week out. Because it's not easy. And of course, I have the same issues as everyone else, and I'm broken. I have self-doubt. I have issues. But that's the truth. But the truth is I'm going to continue. I don't know. Maybe I sit here and I talk like I do, and then I think to myself, oh man, I just chewed their ass. Oh, I don't want to sound like I'm chewing their ass. Yeah, maybe you do need your butt chewed. Maybe you do need someone to say, hey, wake up. They're lying to you. They're lying to you about how amazing your life is when you own more money than you'll make in 30 years. 30 years to pay off a house. 84 months. I just walked into a dealership the other day. Guy offered me a truck for 84 months. 84 months of my life. And I can believe his truth that it's going to make my life better, and I can allow myself to fall into the trap of all those images that bounce around in my head and in front of my face every time I pick up that screen. Every time I look up at flip that screen, that thing where you just flick it. Or I can face my truth. And my truth was, I looked at him, I thought to myself, 84 months for a $52,000 truck. My truth is that would have stopped everything I'm currently doing in its tracks. That would have made me have to recalculate every choice I'm going to make from this point forward, because that's a lot of money, and that's not even including the insurance or tags. Can you imagine? That's probably $1,200-$1,500 in tags. Vehicle license for a vehicle. That's truth. If you're not where you want to be, if you're not exactly where you're going, where you want to be, or you haven't been able to get where you want to go or where you're going, it isn't that you can't get there. It isn't that you can't find your way to get there. It's because you've picked the wrong truth. If you're overweight, until you do something about it, you will be overweight. And if your truth is that you're overweight and you don't like it, but you continue to a lifestyle that contributes to that, which includes not working out, eating too much junk food, and everything you do, that is your truth. Face it. Don't know how else to put it. So, anyway, hey, listen, I'm working at this here. I'm working at trying to get your attention because you're running out of time. Now, you might not think so, but you are running out of time. You're going to wake up one day and it's going to be gone. Yeah. It's going to be gone for every one of us. I don't know if I have tomorrow. Do you? That's your truth. Do you really have time to sit at night for 3 hours on social media sharing posts about your political hero? Someone you've never met, you don't know, and you, even if you want to believe everything they say because they look just like you, or they say that shit that no one else says. You know, they're provocative and they're out there making noise. What's the truth in that? The truth in that is, I guarantee you in 8 years you will still be struggling in the same mess you're in now, regardless of who gets elected. That's the truth. I guarantee you that if you continue to waste your time and just focus on this crap and allow yourself to be distracted by all the noise that's out there, your truth will be that nothing in your life will have gotten better, and there's a chance that some of it will have gotten worse. And it's not because of COVID-19. No. It's because you failed yourself, because you failed to define your truth. But guess what? It's not too late. Not too late at all. Grab it. All you have to do is say today, okay, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to look at who I am and what I love, and then I'm going to stop wasting my time taking things into my body that do not contribute to that goal or to those goals. I watch the news for the weather. But I don't repeat anything I see on social media. I don't repeat any of the messages that are given to me by the world, because I don't know that they are the truth. And if they are not the truth, then guess what? For me to repeat those words would make me a liar. What's your truth? Define your truth. Wake up today, wake up tomorrow, and ask yourself one question: what can I do today to make my life better? And be honest about it. See, that's the deception. I'm happy. Shit, I'm happy, man. I got this shit going on, right? Yeah, you can tell yourself that. Tell yourself how great it feels to wake up in the morning and go out there and have to pull weeds. Or tell yourself how great it feels to wake up in the morning because you drank a little too much, even though your truth was you was going to quit drinking, but you didn't. And tell yourself how great it feels to go out there and arrange all that crap in that garage and take a look at all that stuff that you've collected, and then ask yourself to find the truth in what that actually means. What it means is you took, for every dollar you spent, you took time out of your life so you could have boxes of stuff here and there. That's the truth. So there you go. I'm giving it to you the way it's supposed to be given. Sorry, guys, if you're offended. You know, it really doesn't matter, because I'm running out of time. And if this gets your attention, damn right, good. Good for you. Good for me, because I don't want to waste my time either. So anyway, listen, you wake up every day and you have to face it. You have to ask yourself questions about it. Ask yourself, why do I do the things I do? Why do I believe the things I do? And are those things that I believe giving me the life I want to live? It's that simple. Now, some of you will lie to yourself. Oh, no. Some of you will say, oh, man, my life is friggin' great. I'm living large, right? Some of you will say that. That's fine. But there should be some of you right now looking around going, man, I could have done this so much different. I could have done this so much different. I could have woke up today in the middle of this COVID-19 and all this bullshit, and I wouldn't have that big old weight on my shoulders wondering if I'm going to be able to make my house payment or make my car payment. That's the truth. And the truth is, if you don't change something, if you decide to allow yourself to fall right back into that trap, and you haven't been shaken into the reality that we live right now, and we've always lived, you're going to be right back into it. Next catastrophe, next world shutdown, you're going to be right back in it. That's the truth. So take it for what it is, guys. I'm working on me. You see it? It's changing. It's going to continue to change until I feel good about the message I'm giving you. If you don't want to listen to it, I can't do anything about that. But the honest truth is, I'm trying to give you a little bit of what I've learned. It worked for me. It worked for me. It continues to work for me. Watch how it goes. You'll see it. Hey, listen. Love you guys. Appreciate you stopping by. And as always, just remember, today's your day. Make it a good one.